obviously new environment coming over from Virginia Tech. First off, what was the biggest reason why you wanted to make the switch from the Hokies and come to be a Bearcat?
I just feel like, on my visit, when I came up here, I just fell in love with the staff, fell in love with the way things are trending, how things are trending upward. I had a great relationship with guys like Coach Sack, Coach Combs. I remember off rep, Dante Corleone hit me up, and it was just like a family environment, and I could see that guys were just hungry, and I had an opportunity to make a difference.
You look at a new coach in Tyson V. How do you feel that your skill set fits into what he wants to do schematically?
Honestly, he has a very good track record in the Big 12. I watched the film at Iowa State. They had good DBs. They had one of the best PFF passer ratings of the Big 12. And so he's just walking in like a guy that has a lot of football knowledge, a lot of understanding of the position of defense of this conference. So, I trust him. I trust his experience, and I trust that, each and every day we're going to grind and get better as a team.
Derrick, how would you say this weightlifting program, this winter program, you're a veteran in this sport, has compared to your time at Virginia Tech, and how much does that set the tone for a year and your experience from years past?
It's hard to compare because, when you go from different schools and different strength coaches, every offseason is different. Every offseason needs different things out of different teams. Here, I feel like Coach Nico and his dad did a phenomenal job, not just getting us prepared to play, but just building the foundation, building the culture. It's kind of like a rebuild year, if you could say. We're trying to get things back going the right way, and we did a great job of bringing young guys along. We got a lot of transfers, so just gelling as a team. We did a lot of team bonding things, community service, just different things outside of just lifting and running. And that goes a long way. I feel like this is a tight team. We got a new DC, so everyone's learning, everyone's grinding, but that offseason was important over anything to just come together as a team.
Being a new face, but also an older guy, you're kind of counted on in a leadership role. How have you taken on that responsibility of bringing some of these younger guys along with you during this process?
From the start, it's really just work. From the beginning, I had the mindset, it doesn't matter what I've done in the past. I have to earn these guys' respect, earn these coaches' respect. So every day I just try to lace my shoes up and just put the best effort I can, show up every day, be the best player and teammate I can be. And over time, just confidence, understanding, again, who I am and the work that I put in. And that goes a long way. I feel like guys kind of gel towards me. And just to get to know guys in and outside the locker room. We have young players, we have other transfers, so once you get to know guys, you know what buttons to push, how to talk to people, all together, just a good unit, so that goes along.
Was there anyone on this roster that you were familiar with prior to coming to Cincinnati?
I wouldn't say I was familiar. I played a little bit with Kyrie. He was at Virginia Tech this last spring.
Kyrie
Morston.
Yeah.
And then again, guys like Dante, I talked to before I got here. Sorbs, I talked to before I got here. So it was kind of familiar in that way, but not like personal.
Former Virginia Tech defensive back, now UC defensive back Derrick Canteen joining us here following the second spring practice of 2024. So, Derrick, in Kerry Coombs' kind of defensive backfield, what are the biggest things that you have to work on, and maybe the biggest thing that you can bring in terms of a positive attribute, kind of on both sides of that equation?
The biggest thing I can work on is just the details. One of the things I love about Coach Coombs is I have a ton of respect for him. He's a technician coach. I meet with him daily. He's critical with things of technique and playing different positions in the back end. I try to harp on the technique and meet with him and get as much knowledge of not just technical, but just the game. Seeing formation, seeing different things. Again, as a leader of the defense, I have to see these things and communicate. And also, what I bring, is that leadership, is the experience. I play different positions. I played a ton of football, so we have young guys, we have other guys. And I can see them and put myself in their shoes and understand and help them and talk to them and calm down. Because as a DB, bad plays are gonna happen. It's inevitable. So just to talk to guys and just help them through things like that.
Any more? More vibe of the team, just the closeness. How important is that? Have you seen that be in your years past? And then how much? There seems like there's an obvious emphasis on that throughout this offseason. Is that kind of a big selling point for you, where you're like, I can see this team trying to build relationships heavily, and was that evident on your visit here with team leaders and stuff like that?
Yeah, I feel like just to start, that part of the game is probably one of the things that is the most important. You know, when you get into a game and things get hard, offense, defense, one side of the ball having a bad, just to look at a teammate, look at a coach, and just know that they have your back. You know, that starts now. You know, you have to build that in the offseason. You have to build that through tough times. And that's kind of the emphasis throughout our offseason. You know, that was a tough offseason. But it was days where you could look to your side and look to the coaches and the players and the staff around and know that, you know, we're all in this together. And that's going to carry us throughout the season. And I feel like it is a push because, you know, we are trying to trend up. You know, things here wasn't as people would like of last year. And we understand that, and we take that chip on our shoulder. And so things like coming together and building this team is going to be important to get to where we want to be.
Have you tried the chili yet?
I haven't had a chili.
All right, we gotta get Derrick Canteen the chili. We'll check back in with him later in the season. Derrick Canteen, everybody, UC defensive back.